Why is it so hot in here? Sweating at the oldies over here. I'm bored. I'm bored. Ow. Dude, these new AirPods, the most new ones that they make, they actually hurt your ears. They're like, for some odd reason, they made them bigger. They actually hurt your ears. Hey, Winky. Where's my little case? How you doing, girl? I was listening to the Johnny Depp trial, and I was like, I can't. I need to like let it. I need to let them get ahead. Hey, Kimmy P. Hey, Hummingbird. I need to let them get ahead a little bit so I can listen to it on higher speed. Like now that her testimony is done, it's so boring. I hate listening to the tape depositions. Couldn't get any more boring than that. I mean, just like, I'm sweating right now. Been working hard here today. I just hung shelves up. I was at Hobby Lobby, and I I saw these shelves. I need to like update my downstairs little sitting area. So I was at Hobby Lobby yesterday, and I saw these shelves, and I was like, "Ooh, those are cute!" And they were 50% off. All their like wall hangings, like I guess certain brands are 50% off. Here, I'll show you guys real quick. Let me see. They're pretty cool, right? They're like I don't know. They're like rustic looking. I kind of like them. And yes, my fish tank's making noise. It needs to be filled up with a little water. But they were a pain in the ass. I had shelves here, but I had a hold on a second. What am I doing? I had shelves there, but they were like, first of all, they were like this ugly reddish looking wood, and they were like sagging a little bit because they were those floating shelves, and they were cheaply made, and like the metal that holds them together. Oh my god, my son! I'm gonna kill this kid. He left. I had to give him ice the other day in like a Ziploc bag, and he left the bag on the couch. So anyway, yeah. So they were sagging, and they just looked outdated. So I was like, I need a little update ski. That room. Oh God, thank you, heels in the area. I look like a mess right now. I'm sweating. What do you call it? This room down here, like when we first moved into our house, it's a mess right now. Otherwise, I'd show you the whole room. But you know, this is the man cave actually. It's where the guys hang out. I'm trying to make it more like masculine since like my other rooms are all kind of girly looking. Well, not all of them. My living room is. But what do you call it? This is the man cave. This is where my husband and my son hang out most of the time and watch TV. But it was like the first room we did when we moved in our house. Like literally the night we got our keys, we came down, we ripped the carpet out. Ooh, I gotta put my son's sneakers outside to dry. I had to wash them yesterday. So what do you call it? You know, it was like the first room that we did. So now I'm like, holy shit, that was like 10 years ago. Like it's starting to look outdated now. So I'm trying to do things to just kind of make it look a little bit more modern. But anyway, yesterday was an interesting day. Dude, I don't watch MGL. You guys all know this. Like, I really don't. I don't watch her. But somebody texted me. I won't rat them out. And they're like, oh my God, you got to check this out. So I was like, let me scooch on over there. And she's on her channel. And the live was titled something to the effect of, trying to think, what was it? Uh, I can't remember the name. Oh, channels will be coming down. And I'm like, what the hell's going on over here? Hey, polka dots, name is Nomer. Crazy Gemini's in the house. What up, wild one? Brandy Brown. That's a tongue twister for me. L Decker, what's up? So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, what do you mean channels will be coming down? So I was in Walmart shopping. So I'm like, whatever. I'll just listen to this idiot, right? When I first got in there, it was just her. So I'm like, I'll listen to this stupid asshole, for a couple minutes, whatever. I'm not doing anything important. So I'm listening and I'm like, oh, dude, I put her on 1.75, right? And even on that, it's like intolerable. Like, I'm like, I don't know how people sit here and listen to this woman. Like, it is torturous. It really is. It's torturous to listen to her. You know, I'm like, I just, she's so slow talking. So, whatever. She's claiming that Burnt Toast had this fake lawyer, you know. Meanwhile, I'm like, all right, dude, just because something shows up in your YouTube copyright bullshit thing doesn't mean you have to strike the person. You know what I'm saying? So she strikes Burnt Toast, and then what's her face? Bullshit Betty also struck her. And I don't know. MGL's whole story was that she's listening to this Dolly Vision guy, and um he was talking about some, you know, her putting a fake attorney, but then it ended up it wasn't a fake attorney. Now the funniest part about this was that all of a sudden Bullhorn Betty shows up in the chat, and it's like they're totally okay with each other. And she's like, come up on panel. You know, so she comes up on panel. So MGL's basically saying, well, I'm going to pursue this. She spent like, I don't know how long she was live for before I got in there, but she spent a good bulk of time basically saying that she's going to get an attorney and her husband, you know, she's got to involve her husband and everything. Like he gives a shit, you know, God, dude, that guy makes her look so stupid. It's not even funny. Well, vice versa. She makes him look stupid too. So I'm not, you know, it's not surprising. So she's like, asking him, you know, all sorts of questions, but that was later on. But she's saying that she's going to get her husband involved and their attorney, and she's going to take Burnt Toast channel down and, you know, all this bullshit, right? So then Betty comes up on the panel and she's like, you know, Burnt Toast, she's not allowed to do this. She's not allowed to do this. They're stealing our content, you know, that we worked so hard on. And I'm like, really, dude? Really? Okay. You know, she's defaming me and all this other shit. It's tort. She must have said tort about 400 times. So the best part is, like, while they're sitting there talking about this and they're going to get an attorney, and then, you know, MGL has to do her normal, like, let me call somebody on a live thing. You know, even though it's like 6, 7 o'clock at night, she's calling an attorney's office and she's like, they're not answering. And it's like, well, of course they're not answering. It's after hours, dude. What attorney is sitting in his fucking office answering phones at like 6:30? Like, that doesn't happen. Have you ever met an attorney before? Because I really don't think she ever has. Because, like, my attorney, that dude was so hard to get on the phone. But here's the thing. And they're sitting there speculating that Burnt Toast has a fake attorney and that she, what do you call it? You know, he won't answer calls. He won't answer emails. She didn't pay him a retainer. And I'm like, dude, neither one of you fucking idiots understand how attorneys work. Clearly. First off, you don't pay an attorney a retainer. I guess people don't understand what a retainer is, okay? You don't just go into an attorney's office and hand them a retainer. Most attorneys will do a free consultation, right, to see if you have a case. And then if it's deemed that you have a case, then they will charge you a retainer fee. What this means is that you're retaining them, you're holding them, so that when your case comes up, they will work on your case, right? So you're basically giving them like a little deposit to hold on to them so that, you know, they make time for you. So if you don't have a case, then no attorney is going to just take a retainer fee. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have a case for them to take a retainer from you. Like, you don't just go around paying attorneys retainers for nothing. I mean, I'm sure, you know, they'd love to take your money, but if it's not necessary, they're not going to just charge you a retainer fee, you know, so that you could retain them for free legal advice whenever you want. That's not how it works. You know, that's just not how it works. So, anyway, so they're calling him up and they're like, oh, he doesn't return calls. Here's the other thing. He is not obligated in any way, shape, or form to return calls of random strangers on YouTube. That he doesn't have to return those calls. They're a waste of his time. He's not going to make any money off of them. So why would he return your call? If your attorney contacted him, then he might return the phone call. But If it's some idiot from YouTube just calling up an attorney's office, they're not going to return your call, probably. I mean, I could barely get my attorney to return my calls when I was paying this guy, a ridiculous amount of money. And he would barely return my phone calls. So I'm like, oh my God, I just can't. The bottom line is, though, the bottom line, and this really, I'm kind of glad this is happening. I mean, no offense to Burnt Toast. I feel bad. I feel bad for the situation she's going through because she shouldn't have to go through this. But at the same time, if it's going to happen to anybody, I'm kind of happy it's happening to her because she has a leg up in this situation. She's been very, very, very smart about her information, sharing personal details about her life, sharing personal information about herself. So it's they're so fucking angry that they can't get her information. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're so mad that they can't get her information. Bullhorn Betty's like threatening to subpoena her information from YouTube. Hey Betty, go read the privacy policy on YouTube. Okay. They're not going. Do you know how hard it is to get these companies to give up information, even in murder trials? Like Facebook, YouTube, social media sites, they're not going to just give your information out like that because they could be sued. So they're not going to do that. But these fucking idiots, she's talking about all these different things. It's defamation. It's this, she's lying about me and this and that. So the best is MGL's husband comes walking in while they're talking about this, and he's totally fucking joking with her, and she's such an idiot. He's like she didn't catch on. He's like, yeah, he's making his corny jokes. Yeah, I was in Chicago in O'Hare Airport, and everybody was talking about this burnt toast thing. He's obviously joking, but she didn't catch on. She totally didn't catch on because she's slow. Yeah, Marissa's offering $500 for her name. $500. She did the same thing for me when she was trying to get my information. Well, she got my information the same way that she's trying to get Burnt Toast information by striking me. That's how she got my information. I was new to YouTube at the time, and I had no idea how any of this shit worked. So I had never gotten a copyright strike on my channel before. So her and Oni both sent me copyright strikes, and that's how they obtained my information. So anyway, her husband's then, Bullhorn Betty's up there. She's running her mouth about, it's defamation. It's defamation. She said I was racist. And. So he's like, yeah, that's not defamation. He just like totally clowned her. He's like, yeah, that's not a defamation. He's like, that's an opinion. So meanwhile, two idiots that are sitting there talking about suing her and all this other bullshit both admit that Burnt Toast helps them make more money and get more followers and subscribers while they're talking about suing her. So they just completely destroyed their own cases while they're sitting there talking about getting a fucking attorney. I'm like, I can't. I'm like, you can't make this shit up. You just can't. Like, you can't make this shit up if you tried. So like, they just destroyed their own cases. But it really goes to show that it's like, dude, these two narcissists are so fucking angry that they can't get information and control people, and scare them and use their information against them to scare them, because ultimately that's what they do. And it just blows my mind that anybody on here, I'm talking anybody, has the fucking balls to think that they could come. Yes, Oni swatted me. Yes, heels in the air. I was the first one to be swatted. Well, I mean, not the first one ever, but I'm saying in our little community over here, yes, I was the first one it happened to. So I just, if you're on here, you have some balls, seriously, thinking that these two fucking idiots are sitting there trying to figure out why it is that people talk about them. Like, they seriously don't understand it. They're like, Bullhorn Betty's theory, and I thought it was the funniest thing ever. She's like, it's my political affiliations. Burnt Toast doesn't like that I'm a Trump supporter. And I'm like, no, absolutely not. That's not it. She's like, it's because they have opposing political views. No, girl. No. You couldn't be any more off on that. First off, if any of us who've watched Burnt Toast knows, we all know this, that she has said many times that she hates politics. She hates politics and she doesn't affiliate with any political party or side. So it can't be that you're a fucking lol cow, Laura. It's lol cow, not LOL cow. She still doesn't get it, dude. Still doesn't get it. She still doesn't. They don't understand. They really don't understand. So this is their logic, okay? It's either you're obsessed with me, or your political views. Their political views. That you want to fight them for their political views. And I'm like, wow, the mental gymnastics that these two were going through to try to figure this out. I mean, it was entertaining. I'm not going to lie. I was entertained while I was walking around Walmart. Like, I was literally laughing out loud in the store because I was like, I cannot believe the mental gymnastics these two are going through to try to fucking figure out why people talk about them. Like it's so hard. Like, it's so hard. Oh my God. I behoove you. Yeah. I behoove you. I can't do her voice. I'd have to hear it, but holy shit. Holy shit. I was just like, wow, this is fucking entertaining. Like, that the whole live in and of itself, just like, it was just like a big oxymoron, because it's like, dude, this is why people talk about you, because of the ridiculous shit that comes out of your mouth. Well, not just the shit that comes out of your mouth, the ridiculous shit that comes out of your mouth, but like the ridiculous things that you do and say, both combined. That's why people talk about you. It's a very simple answer. I mean, they have to know that some of the shit that they do is crazy, no? I mean, hey, Ash, sitting out in front of somebody's fucking house with a bullhorn, that's not normal behavior. That's not exactly normal behavior. People don't do that on a day-to-day basis. And not only do they not do it, they don't sit there for an entire month, day in and day out, from morning to night, doing these sorts of things. Like, just like, and they sit there and they seriously fucking wonder why people talk about them. Then these two fucking narcissists are sitting there talking about how much they accomplished at the Wells house. And I'm like, what exactly did you accomplish? Besides getting somebody fired from their job, what else did you accomplish? Because I'm lost. I must have missed something. Yes, the Dolly guy is also threatening her. I don't know much about that guy. I just know he looks like a total fucking tool bag. Like, with the sunglasses. Oh, jeez. Oh, she purchased a fake press pass, too. That's cute. That's fucking adorable. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, these people are seriously just fucking delusional, the both of them. So then Bullhorn Betty gets off the panel finally, and she's like, love you, girl. Like, oh my God. Like, they're like these two fucking narcissists. They're already back in love. It's the first time supposedly that they've talked and they're already back in love. We're already saying love you on the phone. It's just like, holy shit, dude. Why? Like, I feel so alone sometimes. Not completely alone, but like in the creator verse, right? That like, I don't know, maybe am I the asshole that like I just don't accept people back into my life so easily? I have in the past, and I've learned my lesson from it, because I've gotten burned, once, and then I got burned twice from the same person. Like, I'm good now, I'm good. I don't want to be friends with that person anymore. I just don't. But they just so easily let people back into their lives, and they're in love like nothing ever happened. 4 years ago, I couldn't imagine MGL deteriorating any further as a human being, but every day we are here. Yeah, she's just getting worse and worse and worse. It's just getting fucking worse. So then wait, after all that, right? Bullhorn Betty gets off the fucking panel. And this was my favorite part, honestly. MGL's talking, I forgot what she was even talking about. I missed like a little bit. And then she's like, but I hear her saying, it's YouTube, it's not that serious. And I'm like, dude, you just spent 2 hours or more. I don't know how long she was live for before I, started watching. You just spent about 2 hours or more talking about hiring an attorney and all this other shit. Well, she's lazy. She's like, well, if it's going to be that much work, I don't want to do it. So she's like banking on Bullhorn Betty to take care of it for her. But she's like, it's not that serious. Dude, you're right. It's not that serious. All fucking Burnt Toast does is replay their own words on their channel and give a little bit of commentary about it. Give her opinion about it. That's all she does. That's all she does. That's not harassment. It is fair use, and YouTube said so, because guess what? She got her channel back and the strikes were dropped. Okay? And you can try bringing her to court, but the chances are you're probably going to lose. So you're going to waste all this time and energy and effort, all because you can't take criticism, all because you can't handle somebody having an opinion about you, where again, you're putting yourself out on this social, let me say that again, social media platform. Okay? There's a whole ass comment section below the videos for a reason, right? I mean, you could turn it off, sure. But that kind of takes the social out of social media. So the whole purpose of the comment section there is so that you can have a discussion on what's in the video, right? The contents of the video. So these people really think that they should be able to come on here, make these public videos, act like fucking lunatics, and that nobody has a right to say anything about it. Now, I pointed this out last night in the Glares chat, but I'm going to point it out here again. This is not even close to a new concept. Okay, this isn't new even since social media. This is long before social media. There were shows like The Soup. Do you guys remember that show on E, The Soup, where they would play little clips from shows throughout the week, reality shows and all sorts of shit? And they would do what? They would give commentary about the shows. Wasn't always positive. In fact, most of the time it was negative. But there was also this show called Mystery Science Theater 3000. I believe it was on Comedy Central at the time. And they used to watch these old crappy movies and give commentary on them. So like, this isn't a new concept by any stretch of the imagination. It's not a new concept at all. People have been doing this for a long time. And it's not that weird. Like, they think it's so weird. They're like, holy shit, why do people want to give commentary on the things that I say? It's like, dude, because that's what social media is. You post things on here. I mean, if you take away the comments, right? Which I'm highly against. I mean, I have the comment section open on every one of my videos. I don't think I've ever turned the comments off on anything on my channel. I feel like, to me, if I don't want people's opinions on something, then I shouldn't put it on here. That's my philosophy. I get so angry when I go to a video and the comments are turned off. I'm like, ugh, like, I will fucking thumbs you down even if you're my best friend, if you turn the fucking comments off your videos, because it just irks the shit out of me, because it defeats the whole purpose of this platform when you turn the comments off. Like, that's why I don't block people, because it defeats the purpose of the platform. And I'm not criticizing other people for doing it. Just me personally, I feel like the whole purpose of the platform is to socialize with other human beings, right? And to hear their comments and commentary on things. I understand there's certain situations where you might want to turn the comments off. So I'm not saying that it's always a bad thing, but it does kind of defeat the purpose of social media when you turn the comments off. They're too stupid to be on social media. I just can't believe how many sensitive people there are. I guess is what I'm saying, like overly sensitive people that they just cannot fucking understand. Like Laura, she just can't fucking understand why. She's like, why is my opinion so important? It's not important, dude. It's stupid. You have important and fucking stupid mixed up, Laura. Your opinion's not important. It's fucking stupid. And that's why people comment on it. Like, but you still don't get it. You still don't get it. You're still going to sit here and act like you're surprised. Surprise that you're standing up for this lady. You know, how many times has she done the same thing, the same trick, the same fucking trick, right? Where she comments on something, she finds something that's popular, right? That people are talking about, and she comments on it without doing any research. I mean, I could count of at least 5 times in the last like year that she's done this, right? And then because she doesn't do her research or enough research, she gets things completely wrong, and then she attracts the wrong kind of company. But, and then I like Mike. Mike, if you're still in here, I think you made one of the best comments I think I've ever seen, where you were like, Laura just gets to blame whoever she wants to blame. Like, you know, she just gets to blame whoever she wants, whenever she wants. Like, she's just like, oh, it's the pony's fault because she made this video. This guy finds her because she hashtags the woman's name in the comment section, right? And when he's searching for this woman's channel, he comes across Laura's video. Same thing that happened with Burnt Toast. Same thing that happened with Negs. Same thing that happened with BX Beast Boy, right? They all found her for different reasons because they were searching about something else and her videos came up. And then they started watching on their own accord. They started watching and they were like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, what the fuck is this? What is wrong with this woman? Like, from one video, these people were able to go, what the fuck is wrong with this lady? Like, dude, if my life ever turns into that, I will take my entire channel down. You know, the videos, and they're like, oh my God, this girl's so fucked up. I have to go live right now and talk about this and stream her because she's so fucking stupid. Like some stranger. You know what I'm saying? If that ever happens to me, I'm done on this platform. Like I'm finished. I'm hanging up my YouTube jacket, boots. I can't watch any of them again. It's been months. I can't with them. And musical friends make my head spin. Not for me. Well, see, the other day I was away this past weekend, and I was getting dressed early in the morning, and I go to log on to YouTube, and I see this Paul. What is his name? Adonis Paul, I think. And I'm like, oh, what's this? Because I see that he's commenting on Laura's video, and I'm like, who's this guy? You know. So I open it up and I was like, I couldn't believe how accurate this man was, you know, about a lot of the things that he had said about her without even knowing her. I mean, it was clear he didn't know her because like he didn't know that she no longer resides in New York, which, you know, everybody knows her. And there was a couple of other things that he said that were off, you know, just wrong information wise. But like his assessment of her was dead on with the things that he was saying. And in fact, one point, this part was funny. He goes, she's like, oh, I was up all night. I didn't sleep. And he's like, she must be one of those Adderall popping, you know, what did he say? Adderall popping, had lap, what is it called? Not lap band, gastric bypass. Like, and he didn't know this. He was just guessing. And I'm like, holy shit, this dude's so dead on. Like, he's right. He's 100% right. But now, you know, if anything happens to her, it's other people's fault, dude. Like, she just cannot fucking she can't take responsibility for anything, dude. None of these people can. And it's like, what the fuck? Just take responsibility, dude. Like, you went up. Why can't you just get up on a live? If you're so worried about these people and what they're going to do to you, right? Why can't you just get up on a live and say, you know what? I made a judgment too soon. But, now, and I watched this happen because I listened to his original video where he was playing her video. And he was basically saying that, she was basically standing up for this woman, right? Then afterwards, when she saw the negative reaction, you know how she tries to like twist the narrative a little bit? She like combines together this awful tragedy that happened up in Buffalo in the state of New York here, that has nothing to do with anything, right? She combines that with this woman. And she's like, well, this is what happens when people are bullied. Nobody knows if that guy was ever bullied. No, Laura, that's what happens when people are home and they're bored and they're mentally ill and they start hating other groups of people for no fucking reason. That's why that happened. Has nothing to do with being bullied. Has nothing to do with being bullied. Nobody knows if that guy was bullied or not. I have no idea. I don't, there's no information out about that kid. I shouldn't even call him a man because he's not. He's not a guy. He's a kid, who shot up this place and killed, 12 people? Nobody knows if he was bullied or not. We don't know. He might have been, but, he's 19 years old. He's not even in school anymore. So who's bullying him? Where is he that he's getting bullied at 19 years old? Maybe college? I don't know. Those kinds of things stop in college, I feel, at least in my experience. When people get to college, there's no more cliques and that shit kind of goes away. But I'm like, so she's trying to combine together these two different things that have absolutely nothing to do with anything. Really, at the end of the day, this is what it was. She was trying to just get subs because she sees that a lot of people are talking about this woman, right? B, she always uses any opportunity she can to get back at the quote other side, right? The other side. She always uses any opportunity that she can to just disagree with anything that they have to say and to try to make them look like bullies, because she feels like she was bullied by them and she just can't fucking get over it. Even though she says she's not in the drama anymore and she doesn't watch these people, she proves herself wrong all the time. Or proves herself a liar, I should say. But why did two people open fire at a Bucks game last week? Oh, yeah, they were drunk and got into a fight. Like, exactly. Not everybody that mass, shoots is a victim of bullying. Like, or has the same motivation for doing so. That's not everybody's motivation. This guy's was clearly racially charged and anti-Semitic and all that other bullshit. He was just a hate monger, a hate monger, or fucking neo-Nazi, whatever the fuck you want to call him. I don't know what role bullying played in this guy's psyche. You know what I'm saying? Or if he was even bullied. But that's not the case every time. That's not the case. But, she's like, yeah, this is what happens when you bully somebody online. Laura was clearly standing up for the woman. I mean, if you listen to the live on this guy's channel, it's very clear that she's standing up for this woman, and it's only because it's all selfishly motivated when she does this, it's all because she wants to point out that, look, the ponies are bullies. They're just bullies. They bully people. But in reality, they're not bullying. They're giving commentary, which is, I haven't listened to really much of it, but I could, from what I'm hearing, they're giving commentary like, dude, this woman's in a very dangerous situation right now. Well, maybe not her baby, her unborn child is in a very dangerous situation. She's talking about murdering a baby. Like, what? That hasn't even been born yet. She doxed her, 9-year-old daughter. I mean, I'm hearing all sorts of crazy shit. So that's not bullying, I think Laura sees herself in this woman in one way or another. And I think that's what happens most of the time when she speaks up too soon on these things. She's like, she sees a bit of herself in these people, which is scary, but then at the same time, she's like, I'm nothing like Shani. Still can't say that right. But I think she sees a little bit of herself in these people. these poor tortured souls, messy souls. And she's like, she's like has to just jump in and stick up for them because she perceives what she went through as bullying. So then, when in reality, it's like, no, dude, people are just commenting on the crazy shit that you do and say, they're reacting to the crazy shit that you do and say. And then it's not bullying, you know, when it's just a reaction to something that you're saying and doing. The way she speaks about her baby is reason enough to put a spotlight on her. Listen, I don't ever say this. I don't ever say this about people because in reality, I don't know what's going on behind closed doors in people's houses. But this woman isn't even in a house, okay? She's living in a car, from what I understand, which is, listen, we've all had, or not all of us, but many of us here, the majority of us have had babies, okay? And it's rough when the babies are crying and you're trying to get sleep. Could you imagine being trapped in a small vehicle with a baby crying every day like that, and like trying to keep your sanity? How the fuck is this woman going to raise a baby in a car? I just don't, I can't even like that alone. And hopefully it'll happen. If she goes, just to calm everybody, like, I'm going to assume that this woman's unemployed. I don't know much about her, but I'm going to assume that she's unemployed, that she doesn't have, health insurance, that she might quite possibly be on state insurance or whatever, because she's pregnant. Hopefully when she has a baby at whatever hospital she does, hopefully it's a state hospital. And, there's a mental evaluation that people have to go through. They'll drug test you, and if anything comes up in your system or anything, they're going to put you through a mental evaluation. And then, from that, it'll determine if CPS gets involved or not. Because, they will ask her about her living situation, her plans for the baby. They won't let you leave that hospital if you don't have a car seat for the baby, so I hope to God that when she gets to the point where she's actually giving birth to this baby, the authorities intervene, because it's very scary. Just forget the, crazy shit that she says about murdering the poor thing. The scary part is that she's living in a car with a newborn baby. Like, cars are known to get very hot in the summer. We're going into the summer months. Many children have died from being left in the car in the heat in the summer. And like, even if you run the air conditioning all night, like, that's still not very good for the baby, to be breathing in, fumes and shit. I mean, it's a really, really terrifying and scary thought. And like, that alone is troublesome to me. And like, I wouldn't fucking dare stand up for this woman, but then you couple along all the other crazy shit that she's saying, and the fact that she killed puppies, dude. Who the fuck kills puppies? I would never stand up for somebody like that. Like, this woman needs to have, and I don't say this, but it sounds to me like she needs to have her fucking child taken from her, and she needs to go spend a little bit of time in a mental health facility, because those types of things are really fucking scary. Oh. And again, I don't think it's bullying because people are commenting on this. I think people are commenting on it because they're fucking concerned. She's crazy and they're fucking concerned. And they feel like the more attention that they bring to it, the more it's going to help out this poor baby who hasn't even been born yet. They did a welfare check on her the other day. The cops are aware, and so is Child Protective Services. So good. They'll be keeping an eye on her. Like, I haven't watched her. I've only heard clips on Hartley's channel. But I'm like, dude, that's enough for me to be very concerned about the welfare of her fucking child. Forget her. She's a crazy fuck. But the kid is what, this poor baby who didn't ask to be brought into this crazy situation that she's in, that she put herself in, is scary enough. for opening up the big. No, Laura never does any research. She just fucking. It's like, I mean, I refuse to believe that she doesn't know what she's doing at this point in time. I fucking refuse to believe that she does not know what she's doing and that she's not doing this shit on purpose at this point in time. I just refuse to believe it. She has been on here long enough. You know, we know that she's aware of everything she's gone through for the last 4 years because she's constantly talking about it, right? How people put her through hell for the last 4 years. So we know that she understands consequences, right? She understands what she's been through, you know, quote unquote. And I refuse to believe that she just hasn't learned her lesson yet. Like, I refuse to believe that she doesn't have some cognitive awareness of what the fuck she's doing at this point in time and that it's not being done purposely because nobody is that stupid. I'm sorry. Just nobody is that fucking dumb and unaware. I mean, how many times does the same shit have to happen to you until you start saying to yourself, oh, that's how it works. I say something stupid and people react to it. That's how it works. But no, instead she's going to sit there for fucking 4 years straight pretending to be a victim of some sorts. Like, I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. Why is everybody fucking talk about me? Fucking, you're obsessed. Why are you keeping clips? Dude, nobody's keeping clips. Like, they're on. Dude, all you have to do is search your name, Laura, and like the clips come up. That's not keeping clips. They're on the internet. The internet's forever, man. You've heard that saying only what, 9,335 times, right? You know the saying. Or don't you? This act, like, I'm over it. I'm over the act of it's a fucking act. That's exactly what it is. Because at this point in time, you have to fucking get it, dude. There just has to come a point in time where you're like, okay, I fucking get it. I get it. You know, I say stupid shit and people react to the stupid shit I say. I get it. So I'm going to stop saying stupid shit and doing stupid shit. But nope. I'm really sick of the people threatening to strike all the time. They shouldn't do videos on YouTube if they don't want people's reactions. I have to agree with you, Nana. You know? I mean, I've said this a million times, but I'll say it again. Before I even fucking got on YouTube and made one video, right? Back in 2014 or 15 when I joined and started making videos, I had to fucking say to myself, Leanna, are you ready to hear criticism from other human beings? Because I had been on YouTube like as a watcher, right, as a subscriber for years prior to this, and I've seen what people have said to other people, some of the ugly shit that people say to other people. You know, some of the rude, horrifying, nasty, ugly shit. And I'm like, Leanna, are you prepared for people to just not like you because they don't like your voice, because they don't like your fucking eyebrows, because, you know, you have a big forehead, like whatever reason it is? Because that's going to happen because your teeth are fucked up. You know, that's going to be obviously one of the most obvious things that people are going to be going after. Are you prepared to handle that? Like, and the answer was yes. And that's why I made a video, my first video, because I was like, you know what? I don't give a fuck what people think about me. I really fucking don't. Especially if you don't even know me. I really don't fucking care what you think about me. So I had prepared myself mentally to, you know, that comes along with it. And if you are not prepared to handle that, because it's fucking hard, dude. I'm not going to lie. It's hard to see things about yourself and hear things about yourself. It is. And anybody who says it isn't, you're a fucking liar. You know, it does get under your skin sometimes. Sometimes I think it's funny, you know, when it's just like bullshit, like Capone, who's just constantly fucking obsessing over my husband for whatever reason. And the fact that I'm a stay-at-home mom, whatever, dude. Fucking weirdo, you know? But that type of shit is whatever. You know, but it's hard to hear things about your looks and whatever. But I can handle it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And when it gets too much for me, I take a little log off boo break, or I don't watch it, you know? But I also have to take the responsibility of acting like a somewhat normal human being on here, and trying not to be an asshole, which isn't that hard at 41 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a balance, dude. It's a balance. But like, it comes with the territory. People not liking you. You could be the nicest fucking person on here, right? And do everything right, and you're gonna have haters no matter what. Whether it's just because people are jealous because your channel gets successful, or you're good looking, or you have a nice house, or you have fucking pretty eyes, like whatever fucking reason it is, people are going to get jealous of you and they're going to talk shit about you. And like, if you didn't prepare yourself prior to getting on here for that, then you just shouldn't fucking be on here. If you can't handle that shit, you shouldn't be on here. I'm not saying it's not hard, but it's part of the job, so to speak, right? It comes with the territory. And so you kind of just have to accept that as something that is going to happen when you're on here. Like, it blows my mind that these people come on here and they really think that that nobody should criticize them. Nobody should criticize them ever. Like, they're like, well, don't watch. But, or they're obsessed. The same people that are saying other people are obsessed, right, are the same people who've been talking about the same case that has had no fucking new updates for months now, for almost a year. The same people that are obsessing over that case are saying that other people are obsessed. Why are you still interested in the case? You obviously don't like Don Wells and fucking whatever the wife's name is, Candace Wells, right? But not only are you talking about them constantly, you actually fucking paid money, bought a plane ticket, okay? Traveled down to where they fucking live, stood outside their fucking house and their job, and then you want to call other people obsessed. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You want to call other people obsessed because they talk about you and criticize you from the comfort of their own living room. You're like, oh, this person's obsessed. No, they're not obsessed. They're not fucking obsessed. They're just mind fucked and mind blown that stupidity, that you're like that dumb, that your stupidity reaches that far. And God damn it, Laura, find another word besides logic, will ya? Will ya? Get us a source already. I was listening to the clip the other day when this guy was playing her fucking live, and I'm like, yo, seriously, if I took a shot every time she said logic, I'd be like inebriated. Like, I'd be zooted. I'd fucking have to be at the hospital having my stomach pumped. Like, I just couldn't believe how many times she said logic. She's like, the logic-y logic of these illogical people. Like, what the fuck? Dude, learn a new word already. The logically logical logic. What the fuck? She's like, the logic just doesn't make sense. Listen to the logic. The logical logic doesn't make sense. I mean, I'm like, dude, switch it up already. Holy shit. Switch it up. Call it thinking. Just call it something else. You're fucking with the logic. She's like, the logic-y logic is so illogical. Learn a new fucking word already. Holy shit. I think she actually like stole that from me too. Cause like I say that. And I never heard her saying it. And then all of a sudden one day she started saying it. And I'm like, because I would say, I think I actually said it about her. I was like, that's some logic, And then she started saying it. And now she can't stop. So she keeps saying, I mean, not that I fucking trademarked the word logic, but I'm just saying, I never heard her say it before. And then all of a sudden one day she just started over fucking using it. Like, we all have like our little phrases on here, that we say, or little things that we do. Like, that's one of mine. But now I feel like I can't even say it anymore because she over fucking uses it. Broke Betty only wants to take pictures with monetized channels. Really? Where? At this candle vigil bullshit? Every time Laura learns a new word, she overuses it. Well, she needs to learn that it's fucking lol cow. Lol cow. She's like, they're calling me an LOL cow. I'm like, oh my God, dude, why can't you get anything right? Just once. Just once. Just once. Steven Tyler. Does she still say that speaks volumes? No, like she moved on from that one. So now she's just overusing the word logic. You know, speaks volumes. Or she's like, or she says, like, for real. She even, like, when I was reading that community post, because that guy posted her community post the other day, and I'm reading it, and I'm like, oh my God, I can actually, like, hear her saying that in my head. Like, for real. Like, for real. Like, move on. Like, for real. You're obsessed. Like, for real. That speaks volumes. That fucking guy was spot on, dude, with his assessment of her. And he was funny too, you know? And it's just funny because, like, you know, I think she gets so angry because, you know, she has to blame people in her head. All right, let's think of Laura's logic. Okay, in her head, we'll give her the benefit of the doubt. I think in her head, she's blaming the ponies because the only way for her to logically explain this shit in her head, in her mind, is there's no fucking way that a total stranger could think the same thing about me that all these other people have been saying about me for years. There's no way that that's possible, right? So in her head, it has to be the pony's fault, right? Because they've been saying the same things for years. We all have. So in her head, she's like, well, they must have told this guy. They must have clued him in because, you know, first of all, we all know what she thinks of men, you know, so God forbid a man could never think for himself and have his own feelings and own opinions about anything, you know, so we know that she thinks like that. So, you know, in her head, the only way to explain it is that somebody must have clued this guy in and told him about me and told him all these, you know, quote unquote lies about me. But the guy really legit, like, just fucking figured it out by listening to her for a few hours. You know, that's really what it comes down to. And then she got so butthurt over it. And she said this last night because I listened to Amanda Lynn's live this morning. And she said last night that she blocked them. She's like, I was up until like 5 o'clock in the morning blocking all these people. And I'm like, so they all went to her channel and gave, you know, she got like 600 comments on her video. Of all these people saying, dude, do you know that you're standing up for a woman who doxed a 9-year-old, killed puppies, threatens to kill her baby, and all this other shit, right? And instead of saying, no, I didn't know that, you know, thank you for informing me. Now I'll change my opinion because I don't want to stand up for a person like that. She doubles down and she's like, no, I stand by every fucking thing I said. And then she puts the blame on other people. So she puts her fucking foot down, right? Digs her heels in. And she's like, I stand by every single thing that I said about that. Everything. And then she tries to twist it like, oh, I was trying to prevent another American tragedy from happening. You know, I'll be able to live with a clear conscience because I didn't bully this woman. It's like, what? What the fuck are you talking about, dude? What? You'll be able to live with a clear conscience? I think Amanda Lynn and all these other people will be able to live with a clear conscience when they fucking save a baby's life. How about that? You know? She turns herself somehow into the fucking hero of this situation. She's saving lives now. She's preventing another American tragedy from happening. Like, what the fuck? What? You know, she twisted it a little bit when really that's not what she was saying at all. We all heard, if you go right now on the guy's channel and you listen to the live, that's not at all what she's saying. She makes no mention of that throughout the whole like 2 hour live or 3 hour live. She makes absolutely no mention of that. That came afterwards, after um after people started criticizing her, and she couldn't, instead of just admitting, hey, listen, I didn't know that. I didn't know all these facts. I didn't know this woman said all these horrible things. Instead of just admitting it and saying, okay, yeah, I would never support that, she doubles down and now makes it like she's trying to save the world from a tragedy. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, it would have just been so much easier if you just like would have said, you know what? I'm wrong. I was wrong. I didn't watch her. I didn't know all this information. Now that I know, I really don't feel right standing up for this person anymore. My bad. You know? Instead, she blocks everybody with an opposing opinion, right? She blocks, fucking sat there all night, she said. This is her own words, not my words. She blocks all these people with an opposing opinion that she doesn't want to see, and then takes her video down, and then writes a community post blaming the ponies. Like, you brought this on me. You brought this. As if her channel isn't public, dude. Like, as if other people can't find her channel. Especially when she fucking tags everybody and their mother in like her tags and her fucking descriptions and shit. It's everybody else's fault. Not one fucking ounce of responsibility can be taken by this woman. And it's just mind-blowing, really. Like, no self-awareness at all. None. Zero. Like, all that, dude, when all you had to do was just say, hey, you know what? I fucked up. I didn't watch this. I didn't fucking understand what was actually going on. That's all she had to fucking say, and it would have been over with. And I'm sure these people would have just fucking left her alone. But she always chooses the fucking hard route. She always chooses to fucking put a square peg in a round hole. Like, that's her fucking thing, dude. How can I fucking squeeze this fucking square peg in this round hole? Like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God. I'm going to make everything harder for myself. How could I do that? How could I do that? It's like, oh, you poor thing. You poor LOL cow. Yeah, she blamed the ponies, Pugs. She literally, like, there's a whole ass community post where she's blaming the ponies for this guy finding her. It's their fault. They don't even know this guy, but it's their fault that this guy found her when she tagged the name of this woman's channel in her fucking live. Like, somehow that's somebody else's fault that happened. Just like with Negs, and just like with Burnt Toast and Crude and all the other ones, it's everybody else's fault. It's never her fault for just having a stupid fucking opinion on something. It's not her fault for having a stupid opinion about this woman. It's everybody else's fault. Everybody else's fault. I better not mention she's gonna call the police on me. Did she seriously fucking threaten to call the police, or said she did again? But the shit said about Randy's mom or Neg's kid or Mandolin's mom, et cetera, couldn't push someone over the edge. For fuck's sake, no one believes she empathizes for this chick. She just needs... Dude, thank you. That's probably one of the best comments I've seen. I mean, that's the whole thing, dude. Whenever she's showing empathy towards somebody, I always go back to like the whole, all right, you got fired from your job for lacking empathy. Like, you literally lost a whole ass fucking job over that. And it makes it very hard. And I've seen you in many different situations where where having empathy probably could have helped you in some way, and you've chosen not to have it. So it really makes it hard for me to believe that you're empathizing with anybody. Every time she shows empathy towards somebody, I hate that. Even when I was friends with her, I used to feel like this. Like, I always felt like there was a reason for it. Something. She's only doing it for her own selfish benefit. The empathy that she's showing, it's really selfishly motivated. It's not really, I don't really think she feels bad for the person. I think she feels bad because it's going to make her look good in some way. You know what I'm saying? Or it's going to somehow benefit her, because it's just true empathy, like, doesn't have to be forced like that. It's just, she doesn't understand how to do it the right way. We've seen her do it a million times with people. Grady's watching, that turned out horribly. So, fucking, jeez. Yeah, she did be Fergs. She absolutely did threaten to R somebody, or that she hoped somebody got R'd or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Like, somebody with empathy wouldn't even say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, right there, that just goes to show. Like, somebody with empathy, I would never fucking wish that on another human being. Because they think about all the other people that happened to and how fucking horrible it is. And they wouldn't even fucking wish it on somebody else because it's that horrible. But she's just like, yeah, I'll just fucking do that because I'm mad about some words you said on the internet about me. Oh my God, dude. Or because you called me out, for lying, or whatever it is that she's upset about. She does sexualize everything, and it's very obvious that she needs to get laid or something. I've never heard somebody turn into something into everything, like turns into some weird sexual fucking thing. I was just listening to something the other day, and she said something, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? Like, just give it a couple of more community posts from this Adonis guy, and she's going to be talking about how small his penis is. Just give it a couple of posts, and she'll be talking about how small his penis is. It's like it's so fucking predictable at this point in time. Like, we could play a game, We could wager, have little wagers here. Like, what is she going to do next? Which fucking repeat phrases she gonna pull out of her ass this time? Copy and paste fucking phrase that she always says. If it's men coming after her, the first fucking thing she does is emasculate them. Ugh, they're just incels that live in their mom's basements and have tiny penises. Because that's the only reason that a man could criticize me. He must have a tiny penis if he thinks I'm an idiot. Like, that's her logic. Like, you know what I'm saying? Only a small penis man would think that way of me. Like, what the fuck? What? Like, what? Like, what the fuck? Why are you always thinking about people's penises? Jesus. Or they're incels, or they're, whatever. Like, and she always has to group everybody together too. Like, they're all fucking incels. Not just one of them, just all of them are incels. Meanwhile, they're not doing anything different than what she does, right? So I guess that makes her a fucking incel too. A femcel, whatever the fuck they call it. Because, like, dude, they're doing the same thing that you're doing. They're online streaming and giving commentary about something. Like, that makes them an incel? Just because they don't like you, they're an incel? I think it was a glare last night, and he was so right. He's like, these people are so mad. Number one, that they can't fucking get information, right? Like, fucking Betty and MGL. Okay, two narcissists or narcissistic people, I should say, that are fucking, just so angry that they can't use somebody's information against them to scare the shit out of them. They're like, we can't control this woman with her own information. And they're fucking mad about it. They're so fucking angry that they can't control burnt toast with her own information and use it against her and scare her. That they're fucking angry with her about it. And then, it's like it's all about control. They want to control the fucking internet, which is just mind-blowing to me. Mind-blowing to me. These people, just the control that they want. Like, dude, if you want to control your image, right? Because you are in some control of it. stop acting like a fucking asshole, and then that'll help you out tremendously. Another thing you could do is take some responsibility in your actions. When you do fuck up, take some responsibility in things. That'll make people respect you a little bit more. They'll be like, oh, all right, this person admits that they fuck up. I respect that. So, step 2, that's what you should do. She needs to control that brassy hair. Yeah, for real. I had him arrested. I was a supervisor at the time. Oh my God. Yeah, Laura's images. Oh, but anyway, that's what I was going to say. Clara, thank you for coming in here and reminding me. You said last night that you're like the other thing that they're angry about, and I think you're 100% right in this assessment, like 100% right, is that they're not witty enough to come back, with the same type of commentary that they're getting from like people like Burnt Toast. They're just not witty enough to do that, so they're like, oh, I don't care about people, which is another thing, that's another part of narcissism too, when they're always like, well, I don't care about people, I don't watch people I don't like. Laura doesn't watch people she does like, okay, unless it pertains to her. She really doesn't give a fuck about it. And I remember telling Tiffany this when we all were friends, and I told Tiffany straight up that I didn't trust Laura. When I first started talking to her again, I was like, listen, I don't, I don't trust Laura. And rightfully so. She had screwed me over. And I was like, weary of talking to her again. And I said I never fully trusted her. And, Tiffany used to get mad at her. And I used to tell Tiffany all the time, Tiffany, here's the thing, okay? You have to understand this if you're going to be friends with Laura. This is like key to having a friendship with her, is that Laura's never going to fucking care about you the same way you care about other people. You know what I'm saying? Which, I mean, at the time I thought, Tiffany genuinely did care about other people. I don't think so anymore. I think that's a show to, get people to care about her, and do things that she wants. But at the time, when I didn't really know her all that well, I did think that she genuinely cared about people. And I was like, you're never going to get that same concern. Laura's not the type of friend who's going to be like you and sit in a chat and, look out for people who are talking shit about you or doxing you or something. Because, if it doesn't have anything to do with her, then she's not going to be interested in it. And like, you just have to know that if you're going to be friends with her. You need to know that, she's not going to be the type of person who's going to have your back. If she does, even, when she does, it's going to be for a reason, for that's going to benefit, her, that's going to be beneficial to her. And like, if you can't accept that about her, then you shouldn't be friends with her, because that's part of being friends with her, is just knowing that she's kind of selfish and self-centered, and she's kind of out for only her. She's like, what could you do for me? That's the type of friend that she is. The people that do the most for her are the ones that end up being the closest with her. That's just how it works. Whiskey and stupidity has that effect on me. Why? What happened? She's going to pull the ex-hubby card. It's coming. Yeah, I'm sure she will. I fucking revoke that shit. You know what? Right now, I'm revoking that fucking card, because she got herself into this mess by involving herself. She could have just sat over there covering the fucking Johnny Depp trial, and just let it be. Just fucking let it be, dude. She could have just sat there and ignored all this shit. But she got herself into this. She decided to comment on it. Now it's too late for that. It's just too late. But I have always heard her and like people like Marissa say, like, oh, I don't fucking care about these people. Like they really try to minimize other people's existences on here and like make them extreme, seem irrelevant. But in reality, they're not, because if they were that irrelevant, you just wouldn't even talk about them. You wouldn't even acknowledge them. Like, to hear Laura like sitting there fucking reacting to a video that Jenna Moon was doing. I didn't, and there's no offense to Jenna Moon. I'm not trying to say this to put her down. I'm saying it because I really just didn't even know she was still around on YouTube, and And I'm like, why are you even like giving attention to somebody who, you know, you're so big, right? You're so above everybody. You don't punch down, according to you, according to your own fucking definition, right? I'm not saying this because I believe it. Let me just put that out there. I'm saying it because these are the things that come out of her mouth and the way she contradicts herself. She's like, I don't punch down. I don't, you know, everybody's below her. She's above everybody. She's said it several times, right? Everybody's below her. They're insignificant. But then she's sitting there streaming the, you know, insignificant people that she doesn't punch down at. Like, where'd she hear this phrase about punching down? Because she overuses that along with logic. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you do care about these people. You do care that they don't like you. One of the things that I always thought, even again while I was friends with her, was that she very much cares that she's not accepted. You know, like the ponies, so to speak, right? I'm sorry, I hate that name. No offense to the ponies. I like the ponies, but I just hate that name. It just sounds so, I don't know, childish. But it's so weird. But since everybody else calls them that, I guess I will, just, you know, to make it easier. So I'm not going to name everybody. But that group of people, you know, right? The ponies, Laura's never been accepted by them. They rejected her like a long ass time ago. You know, they all rejected her. Some of them weren't even friends at the time. You know, they all rejected her in their own ways. You know, they all had their own personal issues with her, rejected her at some point. And like, I think that rejection hurt her so fucking deeply. And she's tried, and we've seen it over the last, you know, couple of years to try to reverse the rejection, and then she'll do something to fuck it up again, because they've tried to, you know, they've tried to be peaceful and cordial with her, and then she does something and she fucks it up again, like tape recording, you know, Nikki a day after she loses her fiance to COVID, and then she's like, what the fuck, you know, like I think her anger towards them really comes over the rejection. It's not necessarily about all the other things that she tries to make it about. I think it's really over the rejection and the fact that she'll never, no matter what she does, she can't redeem herself with these people. You know, like that's why she was so angry that Diane was coming back, because she's like, what the fuck? Diane robbed children, right? But she was able to redeem herself with these people, and I'm not. You know, like why, you know, she's so mad that she just can't redeem herself, and she lets it be known in the things that she says, you know, like, oh, well, this person did this and I'm the worst person in the world, you know, like those things that she says lets us know that she's just upset about the rejection and the fact that she can't redeem herself with people, you know, because it's like, dude, like how many times are you going to make the same mistakes? You know, it makes it hard. But I think it bothers her that she like never fucking fit in with these people. She doesn't fit in with the majority. That's why she creates this like safe space, you know, for her, that she's like, I have my own community. I have my own things, because, you know, she wants everybody to know, I don't need you. I have my own things. I have my own community, you know, but that's not really the truth. Because if it was, she would just pay attention to her own community and not fucking even worry about anybody else. You know, she'd never talk about you guys. She really, truly didn't give a fuck. Because there's people on here that have talked plenty of shit about me. And I'm like, dude, you're just insignificant. I don't even fucking care what you have to say. And I'm not even addressing it. And I haven't. I've just fucking whatever, blown it off completely. Because I really don't give a fuck. Laura's not a truly horrible person. She gets on bandwagons that are so stupid. She thinks it's a fact when it's not. It becomes enough is enough. Pugs, I think Laura basks in being controversial, right? Because controversy is popular. It's a popular thing to do. It gets you attention. It gets you views. And at the end of the day, you know, somebody who's on here depending on this place for income needs to do something to stay relevant. So what better thing to do? You know, she's not stupid. When I tell you guys that she studies everybody, I'm not just saying she studies their mannerisms and the way that they talk and shit like that. when I say like she studies people's channels, like she looks at people's, she's obsessively watching, you know, other people's social bleed and chat numbers and income levels and all that kind of shit. And she studies what they do and what gets them views. And she knows that's what I'm saying. Like, I refuse to believe at this point that she's this stupid and doesn't, you know, understand what's going on. It's like she has to keep up with this act of like, oh my God, why is everybody picking on me? Because once she accepts it, the controversies, you know what I'm saying? The controversy is gone, and then it becomes less interesting to watch her. You know, watching her flail and like not understand why she's being picked on all the time and defending herself, like that's what makes her interesting to people to watch. You know, her defending herself is the only thing that makes her interesting to watch, and the stupid shit that comes out of her mouth, and that's pretty much it. There's not much more to it. Every creator has their own community, but I'm grateful to be part of other communities too. These morons wouldn't know anything about that. Well, she has to establish that, like, I own these people. Yeah, we all do have our own little communities, but like, I don't fucking own anybody here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I welcome you into my chats, and everybody's welcome into my, you know, community, quote unquote. But like, I know that people are part of other communities. Like, I don't claim ownership over my people. I mean, if you've ever heard her talking about, you know, the way she talks about it, it's like she fucking owns these people. And like, they have to be loyal to only her. It's fucking weird. It's YouTube, dude. It's not that serious. She tries to be an edgelord. All of these people do. I refuse, you know, Bullhorn Betty, all right, she was a little green, right? She was new to YouTube. It really doesn't take you that long to learn the ropes around here and what works. I mean, everybody has access to their own analytics. And you could go down and you could look and see which videos of yours are getting the most views. You know, why do you think people are sitting there stuck on the fucking Summer Wells case for so long? Because when they try to attempt to talk about something else, they don't get the views that they're getting. That, you know, so it's like there's an interest in the Summer Wells case. So they're going to fulfill that interest. So, I mean, you know, after a while, it really just doesn't take that long for you to learn like how people operate on here. You know, so after a certain amount of time, for me, I'm just like, okay, you can't be that stupid. Like, you have to know at this point. You have to be in on it. The difference is gratitude. I'm grateful for those who enjoy my content. I'm not entitled to them. Exactly. That's all. I don't get fucking hundreds of people in here anymore. You know, I'm okay with that though. You know, if I want to talk about something else, I don't mind talking about something else that's not as popular and only having 50 people in here and having a nice little small discussion group about something. Like we did the other night with the what do you call it? Long Island serial killer case. You know what I'm saying? Because that's something that I'm interested in. That's what I came here for. I came here to talk about all different aspects of life, you know, not just one thing. So, I mean, and I'm not afraid to take that risk and let people see that there's only 50 people in here because I'm not here to be the next big fucking thing on YouTube. I'm 41 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm I'm a mom. I got other things going on in my life that are way more important than YouTube right now. Like, and, you know, I got hundreds of other things that I enjoy doing. This is just one of the many things that I enjoy. It's not my life. You know, I feel honestly, I feel sorry for people who put so much emphasis on this shit that really put it at such high importance in their fucking, you know, everyday existence, which I did at one point too. But now I don't. I took that break and I look at it a total different way now. I'm like, you know, it's not my life. It's just a little fucking part of my life. You know, that I do a million other things. You know, I come here, I leave some comments, I go live every once in a while, but it's not my whole entire existence on here. I can't waste that much time on this shit. Mm. Like I look at people like Tiffany and I'm like, this girl, well, Laura too, I guess, you know, these people fully depend on YouTube as their social network in life, right? they don't have any other really social network outside of YouTube and like what's going on YouTube or in the Summer Wells community. And that's fucking sad to me, dude. Like there's a whole world out there of shit that you're fucking missing out on because you're so immersed in this bullshit and this he said, she said fucking bullshit every fucking day. Not just like yesterday, or once in a while, every day of your life. You're just submerged in this fucking bullshit. And I'm like, oh my God, like, no, like it's fucking depressing. It is. Get out and get some fucking fresh air. Holy shit. That's the difference between you and Laura, though. YouTube is her life. It's her number one. And she reasons it by using it to support her kids. Exactly. I mean, I would never feel comfortable depending on this as a source of income, even at her, level, because in reality, what does she have? 15,000, somebody said, subscribers the other day. I think that guy said. I haven't looked at her thing, so I don't know if that's right, but let's just say she's anywhere from like 10 to 15,000. Like that is not enough for me to feel comfortable quitting my job and supporting my life. She depends on this, even though she tries to make it like, I have a fucking business. I sell candles. Dude, your entire customer base comes from YouTube for that. You know what I'm saying? You sell people on YouTube those candles. If you didn't have YouTube, how the fuck would you sell these candles? Even so, you literally depend on YouTube for everything. When people say that's what they mean. Like it's 100% accurate that people that you 100% depend on this for income. You're depending on people on here to buy your candles. I don't think she's ever had a customer outside of YouTube buy her candles. Which, like, if your business was really gonna grow, I'm not knocking her for using this as a jump off point to start a business, because it's a good thing. If you have a following already, why not use it as to your advantage and give them a product? I'm not saying that. My thing is, your business isn't growing after a year or two, right? She's going into what, her second year of doing this. Has she gained customers that aren't on YouTube, by word of mouth? Maybe people from YouTube who've told their relatives, their aunts, their uncles, their friends, like, hey, I bought these really, nice candles. Check them out. No, dude. I would have to say the answer to that is no. Because again, her branding sucks. It's all shit that's related to YouTube that people outside of YouTube just aren't even going to fucking understand. Like, I can't do this shit anymore with the Summer Wells community. I'm serious. It's really gotten to me. I want nothing to do with it anymore. People would let law enforcement do their jobs to find her. I totally fucking agree with Lara. Like, the next big thing now, right? Because there's nothing else going on in the case, is like, we're coming up on the anniversary, so let's make a shit show. Now, Marissa's going down there for the candlelight vigil, and bullshit Betty's going down there for the candlelight vigil. And I really respect what you said, that you're like, I don't even want to go down there. Like, I would love to confront them, but I don't even want to go down there because I don't want to participate in the shit show. And that would be participating in the shit show, confronting them down there. You know what I'm saying? Because that would not only give them more content, like it did with Benny, then they'd be able, then all of a sudden, oh, we're the victim of Benny. He's throwing logs at us. He's threatening us. Call 911. It's like, you're just fucking playing right into it. Right into the whole reason that they're doing this shit, which is for clout. They're fucking doing it for clout. So they're fucking using this poor little missing girl, this poor little missing girl as means to get attention. Like, I heard fucking MGL talking about being in a Netflix documentary. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, why? Why would I will boycott the fuck out of that Netflix documentary? If she's in any type of documentary, I will not fucking watch it, dude. I won't give it a view. Why? Because the idiots giving her attention, for fucking what she's doing, Like, stop. Just stop. Stop giving these people attention. They're not helping the case. They're hindering it. They're hindering the fucking case. That's why I can't watch them anymore. I don't watch them. I don't watch any of those people. I have no interest in it anymore because it's turned into a shit show, of people fighting with people, and it has nothing to do with the little girl who's missing anymore. Now it's this weird pissing contest, right? Which I just find so odd. It's this fucking weird pissing contest of like, who did more for Summer? The people who actually went down there, or the people, sitting home and live streaming the roof of her house. Like, nobody did anything for this little girl in reality. Nobody has done anything. I mean, I just don't even see how you think you're doing anything by going live about her nonstop. I don't see how you think that that's helping, but okay. Wonder if they know she called Summer a cash cow. Shell, like, I don't know if that's right, but I forgot to include that. The funniest part about last night, after Bullhorn Betty got off her panel and all that, she still, after 4 years, just like Laura, doesn't learn lessons, right? It's fucking amazing. Oh, it's so amazing. It really is. This fucking idiot, right, wants to prove to everybody that she called Bullhorn Betty earlier that day. So what does she do? What's the logical thing to do? Show everybody your recent call log, right? That's the logical thing to do. Because she still hasn't learned her lesson about showing her phone to everybody. Like, there's no fucking need. We'll take your word for it that you called her. Why she even needed to prove that she called Bullhorn Betty, I don't know. I don't know. But stupid idiot, narcissistic idiot. I've never seen anybody. I've said this before, but I just, like, it really does fucking blow my mind. I've never seen anybody before have a picture of themselves as their fucking backdrop on their phone, as their wallpaper on their phone. Like, lock screen and fucking wallpaper. Like, both. She has a fucking 15-year-old fucking Photoshop picture of her in a cheap dress as her fucking background picture. I just, like, why? You're a mother. Put your kid, put your dog, for fuck's sakes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just, as a 41-year-old woman, well, even as a 20-year-old woman, but as a 41-year-old woman, I could just, like, why? Why would I want a picture of myself like as my fucking backdrop? Like, no, thank you. But anyway, she turns her phone around and she shows her fucking phone screen. And by doing so, she docks her friend, fucking Justice for All. Doxes his whole name out. I'm like, holy shit. But if you look on the screenshot, it says, oh, fucking idiot. Something documentary, Kelly documentary, right? So, like, I don't know. That was like, I think that's really what she wanted to show on her phone. Because you know how she does that? Like, nothing's an accident with that woman, okay? Everything is carefully calculated. Nothing's an accident with her. So when she does shit like that, there's a reason for it. And I think the reason wasn't really to prove that she called Bullhorn Betty, because who gives a shit? It was to show that she was in contact with this, person who's making a documentary. Because, like, that was really the most of her call log, which I don't know. I don't know if it was missed calls or received calls or her calling the person, but I'm like, you're so fucking dumb. Like, you just doxed your friend in the process. And she's done that so many fucking times. Like, when are you going to learn? And then also simultaneously showing us what a fucking narcissist she is, that she has herself as the fucking lock screen on her phone. I just can't. I can't. As the wallpaper and lock screen on her phone. Like, I just, like, what? I don't know, man. I'm just, like, one of those people, like, I think it's weird, not all the time. Some people do it. When they put their own face, like, they're covering, like, a case, and then they put their own face. I guess you have to, in a way. I don't know. like Laura always puts that picture of her where she looks like she's saying like, what the fuck? She's confused. It's like a terrible picture. And I could just picture her sitting in front of her fucking computer and her fucking light. Like how many times she had to, pose to take that picture. There's probably like 900, different ones in her phone. She's sitting there with her fucking ring light, like, let me make this confused face. Oh my God, dude. Uh, what's ironic is nobody gives a shit about having that dude's personal info because only his supporters would stoop low enough to use a dox. Who is that? That Dolly fucking dude? Dolly? Oh, you mean fucking uh what's his face? Justice for All, yeah. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, nobody fucking cares. I don't care where he's from. I don't really, honestly. The only thing about that guy is like he's fucking dollar store Oni, with bad foundation. I'll give Oni credit. Oni was good at makeup. He actually knew how to match his skin tone and all that shit. Um, this version of Oni, he's a little like watered down. He's not as good as the original. Um, not as flamboyant, just not as good as him. Not as talented, a little bit boring, to be quite honest with you. He seems like a nice guy, you know, but he's really got to learn his lesson with Marissa. Yeah, I'm just waiting for it to happen because I know it's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. I mean, there's only so many times you could be accidentally doxxed by your, quote unquote friend until you just start getting annoyed with shit like that. Like I did with Laura. Like Laura would just like, how many times did Laura accidentally show like something I sent her on screen or fucking accidentally dox me on her screen? Like, you could only take that so many times until you're like, all right, dude, are you doing this shit on purpose? Like I understand like once, maybe even twice, but like you've done this now like 4 or 5 times to me. It's really not feeling so accidental anymore. It's almost feeling like you want me to fail, you know? Like, what's going on here? He reminds me too much of a cadaver. Creeps me the fudge out. Yeah. Let's remember the documentary that she wanted to do on the Watts family. John put a stop to that. Listen, dude, she's always like saying, like, this one's calling me, that one's calling me, Hollywood's calling. And we've yet to see anything. The only thing we've seen is things from the past, like her fucking, I was a prostitute show, and wife swap. Other than that, there's been nothing new that has come out in the last how many years that she's been saying, Court TV is calling me, the news is contacting me, this one's contacting me. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit to get people to think that she's more important than she actually fucking is. Like, if people have it, when the fuck are people gonna catch on to this shit is what I want to know. Like, I just don't get how people can't just watch her and immediately know that she's full of shit. Like, I just don't get it. How it's not possible. No offense, Justice, but have another read for you. What do you mean? Winter Moon, yes, had her full docs in her Patreon, pics of her house, family, everything. Wait, what do you mean? Hold on, let me scroll up. She would dox you. Yeah, who? MGL? Oh, she doxed the fuck out of me, dude. Laura, too. They all do. She contacts them. LOL. Yeah, Laura had my brother and sister-in-law. I mean, my brother and sister-in-law and his wife. I don't really call her my sister-in-law, but yeah, Laura had them in her Patreon. She didn't put them in there, to be fair, but she also didn't delete them. She kind of left it there. Well, it wasn't exactly her Patreon. It was her Patreon chat where she had this like secret chat with all her Patreons, on Facebook Messenger. And then people like, oh, I want to contact them and yada, yada, yada. And, she did comment on she did make a comment in there. So enough for me to know that she was aware that it was there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's not the one who put the information in there, but she definitely asked for my information. I mean, I see that. she was trying to like clear herself because at the time she was being accused of being the swatter, you know, because her good friend MGL made sure to fucking use her on that situation, like all good friends do. They're like, yeah, let's do this on Laura's channel tonight. Fucking idiots. But anyway, um, you know, she knew the information was in there and she did nothing to delete it, you know. And I forgave her after that, which I shouldn't have. Um, you know, and that's just how she rolls. It's just how she rolls. You know, these people aren't even making it a secret anymore. And that's what's scary. You know, they're not even fucking making a secret anymore that they just want to get people's information. They're not doing no court case. Let me just make this clear. Okay. Especially, I don't, all right. You know what? I can't say for Bullhorn Betty because, you know, she has gone to that extent before because this woman, her need for control is just like so overpowering. It's disgusting, actually. But she might want to bring burnt toast to court, but really and she's admitted it essentially last night, is that the only reason she wants to go to court is just to get burnt toast information. Like that's what this is about. It's about them and their power and their control, you know, and wanting the information. And like they're not even fucking making a secret of it anymore. You know, they're just angry. They're not angry over her using the videos. That's not what it is. They're angry that they can't get her information and use it against her. That's what they're fucking angry about. You know, and they made it so fucking abundantly clear last night when I was listening to them that that's what they're mad about, is that they're like, you know, she cannot hide behind anonymity. How dare she try to be anonymous on the internet where there's a bunch of dangerous fucking people who dox you, swat you, and fucking call CPS. How dare they? How dare she want to not have any of that shit happen to her? You know what I'm saying? Like, how dare she protect her family? How dare she not allow me to scare the shit out of her with her own information? It's like fucking mind-blowing, dude. And they're not even making a secret about it. That's the sick part. Marissa fucking yells out, $500! 500 to anybody that'll give her fucking burnt toast info. And I'm like, and then she's, you know, doing her whole like threatening thing, like, oh, well, you know, don't brag about it. Don't brag about it because we've gotten people's information before. So you admit that you're the piece of shit who got people's information. Okay, good. Good to know. Because you're just, every time you open your mouth, all you do is confirm everything I've been saying about you for the last 4 years. So thank you. Thank you. Offering $500 should have been reported. Well, she was very, listen, she ain't stupid. She knew to take that video down. That video fucking, when Glara changed his title, I knew, you know, Glara, I have no way to get in touch with you, but I already knew that her video was gone. I didn't check or anything. I just knew it was because I'm like, this is her, you know, she does this all the time. She knows listen, My Golightly has studied terms of service very closely. She knows how to, you know, circumvent the fucking rules and shit. But, you know, she won't leave something like that up where she knows that she's breaking terms of service. She won't leave that up. There's no way she'll leave that up. Especially when she doxed her fucking friend at the end. I knew that shit was going to be taken down because it was said in her chat. I seen somebody say it in her chat. And like 2 minutes later, she ended the video and deleted it. But she was, even if she didn't dox him, that video was going on private anyway because of all the shit that she was saying. You know, she knows it's against TOS to do that. So she plays it safe because she's a fucking pussy, basically. Who called burnt toast Pocahontas? Are you kidding me? Is Alicia in here? Yeah, she's in here. She's what does that say? The hungry vegan. I called this months ago. You could go back to the lives I did way back when we first interacted with Toast. It eats them alive that they can't dox her. That's what it is. And they're like, she's taunting us. It's like, dude, no, she's not, though. That's the thing. She's not taunting you. She's not taunting you. They're so happy that they silenced one person, right? that and they're angry that they can't. They don't realize that burnt toast only ramps it up because you silenced her friend. You know, you successfully pretty much silenced her friend. You know, because you're a piece of shit. You're a real life going piece of shit. You interfered with his fucking mother-in-law's business, okay? Why? What the fuck? Because your need for fucking control is that powerful. These people need to control everything, right? The internet, their whole entire environment. I mean, it's like going out in the middle of the ocean and asking it to stop fucking waving. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how these people are. They expect like to be able to part water and make a path for themselves. It's like, dude, it's the internet. You can't control the internet, man. No matter how hard you try. They're so mad that burnt toast is staying within the confines of the fucking rules on YouTube, right? And doing so anonymously that they cannot fucking control her. They're so angry that they can't control her. And they're more angry. I'm going to tell you what makes them really fucking angry about burnt toast. This is probably, of anything, the biggest thing. She's a woman and she's fucking intelligent and well-spoken. And there's no bigger threat to a narcissist who tries to pretend that they're intelligent than an actual intelligent woman. You know, there's no bigger threat to them. So it's like she's like a fucking quadruple threat to these idiots. You know, she's anonymous. She can't be controlled. And she's a woman and she's intelligent. That all four of those things are a big fucking threat to these people. Huge threat. Then there's more threats. She gets views. Her channel's growing. That bothers them, you know, because they feel like it's off of their backs. But it's not. It's off of her back because there's plenty of other people that do commentary on them that their channels don't grow. I fucking hate. Molly Golightly used to say this about my channel all the time. You know, that, oh, I should, what she used to say, I should send her an edible arrangement because my channel was growing, you know, fast at one point in time. Not anymore. But, you know, back in the day when I first started, you know, when I first was introduced to her and I made a video about her, she felt like it was her that she honestly, that's how narcissistic she is. She felt that she was the reason that my channel was growing. But no. I was the reason that my channel was growing. Me. People were coming and they liked what I had to say. That's why they subscribed. I don't subscribe to somebody simply because they're covering people that I don't, you know, care for, and I don't watch them especially. You know what I'm saying? There's people that cover her that I just don't find interesting. I don't like their videos, so I don't watch them. I subscribe for the people, you know, like I go to the Glares channel and I listen to him because I find him interesting. You know, I find what he has to say interesting. I find his perspective interesting. I'm not going there because of what he's talking about necessarily. I mean, yeah, if there's something that he's discussing that night that I don't really know about, I might not participate as much, but I'll still listen, you know. But these fucking people are so narcissistic that they think that the channels are growing because of them. It's not because of them. It's because of burnt toast. She's growing because she's interesting to listen to. You know, the way she presents everything, the things that she has to say. That's what attracted me to her. You know, I didn't simply subscribe. She's kept me engaged all this time because of her. You know, even if I initially subscribed because I was like, look, she fucking hates Laura, let's just say, or MGL. I stayed around and actively participate in her chat for her, because of her, not because of the people that she's talking about, you know, because I actually enjoy her commentary on the subject. I enjoy what she has to say. She's intelligent, you know, she brings up really good points. She's got good morals and values that I feel like align with mine, you know, feels the same way about this situation as I do. That's why I'm there. Not because of, you know, oh, she's just talking shit about somebody I don't like. That's not enough to keep me engaged in somebody's channel for the long term. Yeah, she made John too. She's just responsible for the fucking sun, moon, and stars. These people really think that though, because that's the fucking narcissism, shining brightly, that they really think, oh, these people grew their channels off of me. And they see it as like these people getting their money, because that's at the end of the day, that's what they're all about too. Their main motivator is money. And they're like, holy shit. Here's the other thing though that they don't understand. And it was kind of funny again with the mental gymnastics that went on last night for them trying to figure out why people talk about them, and why they're getting views. All these people already didn't like I already didn't like Betty Bullhorn, right? I already didn't like her. Nobody convinced me, and nobody ever does, to like or not like somebody. I decide for myself. I'm a grown-ass woman. So like in their heads, they think that they're making, these channels are making people hate them. That's not how it works. The people already don't like them. And they just like, oh shit, look, another person that doesn't like them, just like me. Holy shit, another person sees what I see. And that's what's bringing them to the channel. They're not like, oh, I love MGL. Let me go listen to Burnt Toast. Oh, wow, she convinced me to hate her now. That it doesn't work like that. They think that though. They think that like these people are actively convincing people that once liked them to hate them. And it's not, I wish it worked like that, because, these people would have no followers then if that was the case. It just doesn't work like that. Usually when people come over after previously liking them, it's because something happened, that made them realize, oh my God, this person's an asshole. And then they come over to Burnt Toast channel and they're like, okay, here's confirmation of everything I thought already. So, I mean, they're just so, they can't take the responsibility for anything. You were on MGL's channel? I don't even remember that. Yeah, they're sub to you because they liked what they had to say, not because they say sub to the Glara. No, because you know what, Glara, when I was fighting with her, right? She really did credit everybody whose channels were growing at that time. She took credit for it, whether it's because they were talking about her or because they were on panel. At the time, Oni had her on panel constantly. My channel was growing way faster than his was. Well, until he bought a whole bunch of subscribers, but my channel was growing at a way faster rate than his was at the time. And I'm like, so if it was really about her, why isn't his channel growing? Because she's on his panel all the fucking time. It just doesn't work like that. Like, she doesn't realize, and neither does Laura, neither do other people. The bulk of the people that are subscribed to their channels are probably people that dislike them and that are only watching because it's a complete shit show train wreck. Like, I mean, because we do that. We subscribe to people when they're a shit show because it's entertaining. Initially when I subscribed to her, that's why I subscribed. I'm like, oh, she's a fucking shit show, this woman. This is interesting. I have since unsubscribed, but it's entertaining to watch because she's a fucking shit show. I'll be honest, I only started watching and subbing to you and Alicia after you guys washed your hands of that swamp monster. I was never friends with her, just to be clear. I always liked you. Didn't understand. I was never friends with. If you're talking about Laura, then yeah, I was friends with her. But MGL, no. I was never friends with MGL. Ever. Ever. Just want to make that clear. I'm offended that you think that. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I was never friends with her. Ever. Thank God. I saw right. I'm pretty much, not trying to brag here, but I'm definitely one of the only people in this little small community here on YouTube that has seen from, I'll say creator wise, that has seen through her from the very get-go. I fucking saw right through her, did not like her, did not understand why people even fucking talked to her or gave her any type of chance from the get-go. And never, ever liked her. Just always thought she was a total fucking garbage bag. None of those channels would dare have me on their panels now because they know I'll cost them subs by showing their true colors. They know it scares them. Absolutely. Absolutely. I've never even wanted to dignify her with getting on a panel with her, you know? Like, because I'm like, there's no, in my mind, people used to be like, can you guys just talk it out? There's nothing to talk out, between her and I. I don't like her. I just don't like her. Like, there's really nothing to talk out. She's a piece of shit. There's no conversation to be had. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. There's nothing that she could say that could convince me otherwise. I have my mind made up about her because of the things I've observed over the last, like, however, long. That's it. My mind's made up. There's nothing she could say to me that's going to fucking change my mind. And then at the same time, like, why would I put myself in a position to have a narcissist think that they could, like, gaslight me? I've already diagnosed her in my brain, with having that disorder. Why would I fucking even give her that opportunity to, like, scream over me and try to fucking act like she's better than me? Fuck that. Bob's never with FGL. You were not perhaps my memory is the story from most BS. No, I was never friends with her. What's her name? Alicia was at one point in time. I was personally never friends. I was friends with Laura, but I was never friends with MGL ever. I just never had anything but disdain for her. She's just shitty. I don't know. I just, like, to me, it's so glaringly obvious. Like, even when there was times I remember she would put on these, like, act of change, and people would fall for it. And I would just be like, really, dude, you can't see through this. You just can't see through this. I'm not saying I'm, like, the only person on here. I know there's many people I talk to that are in this chat right now that have also seen through her from the get-go. But there's other people that have kind of, like, first saw through her, then thought she changed. And I still hear people talking, like, as if that change is even possible. And I'm like, you guys aren't understanding. This is like a fucking malignant narcissist. They don't change. That change is not possible. Like, truly possible. It's possible in the sense where they could pretend to be normal, but they can't actually be normal and have feelings. Like, you're never going to make this person have real human emotions and care about you or care about your feelings. The only person they care about is themselves, and that cannot be changed. You can't divert that. You can't change it. It is what it is, like, it's so hard for normal people with normal feelings to accept that, because we're like, what? Like, how could somebody be completely devoid of fucking empathy and feelings? And it's so hard to understand. I get it. I get why people are like that, but it just is what it is. It's like a scientifically proven fact. They just don't change. NGOs hurt everyone that came near her. She lives for it. Yeah, she did. Did you see what the COVID card said? No, I don't pay attention to Natasha Cooper or any of those people. I don't know what she did. She's another fucking weirdo. I admit I liked her for a couple of months, but never gave her a second go. No, ma'am. I don't know. I just never liked her. I think it was like the big turnoff for me was like in the very beginning when she first started covering the Chris Watts case. And, she was making fun of Shanann Watts and all this shit and talking shit about her. And then, like, she started getting negative feedback about it. And so she just completely changed her stance on it when she realized that, like, the more popular thing to do was to, support it. And I was like, dude, that's so, like, insincere. You know what I'm saying? That's so, like, disingenuous, whatever the word is. It's just not, you don't do that. You don't just change your stance on something all of a sudden like that, And I was like, not that I don't care how she felt either way. It was just like the switch, because I realized that, she just, that coupled along with the fact that, she would always make comments about, like, money and, like, people not having as much money as her and not being able to afford the things that she could afford. And I'm like, oh, okay. I know what this fucking asshole's all about. This is what she's all about. She defines herself through her fucking possessions. And like that right there for me, just with anybody in general, anybody I meet in my life is a huge turnoff. Like right away. If you define yourself through the things you have, that's just like a huge turnoff. I can't stand people like that. Never could. You know, people that brag about what they have and how rich they are or how much they have. Like it's gross, dude, because that is not what is, important in life. And if you think it is, then I just don't want anything to do with you, because that's not, that's just not me. It's just not who I am. It's like immediate turn off to me. There's a big turn off when I met my brother's wife. That was the first, thing she would do, is sit there talking about all the shit that she had, houses and neighborhoods that she like. Tell me about yourself. Who are you as a person? I don't give a fuck that you owned a Mercedes in 2010. You know what I'm saying? I want to know about you as a person. What have you done in your life? Where do you come from? What are your hobbies and interests? Like, what have you accomplished? I don't give a fuck about the things you have. Blair, I hear you, man. Honestly. The fact that this fucking idiot thinks that wearing brand name sunglasses makes her fucking special. It's just like, dude, I have fucking Gucci glasses too, girl. Who gives a fuck? You know what I'm saying? I liked them. I picked them out. I didn't even look at the fucking brand. I just had picked all the black sunglasses in the store, and those happened to be the ones that I liked, that they looked on, the way they looked on me. But like, they don't make me special, dude. They just make me be able to see at the end of the day. You know? Like, none of that shit makes you special. Like when she was standing outside the laundry house talking about her fucking 2006 Louis Vuitton bag and how it was worth more than the house, which is not even fucking close to true. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? You know? That's another thing that she tried to do over time, was to like humble herself, because I think she realized that that is a turnoff, not just to me, but to a lot of people. People don't like that when you brag about shit that you have and all that. It's gross, and I think she like realized that. So she tried to like kind of humble herself, but she really hasn't. Money talks, wealth whispers. Well, that's the whole thing. When you actually have money, real money, you don't even talk about those things, because they're just part of your everyday normal life. You know what I'm saying? They're not like these. You could tell how special these things are to her, because she doesn't have a lot of them. She has like these, few nice things. That's great and all, but like, if it was part of your regular everyday life and they were just things, then you wouldn't even talk about them. If you could truly afford them, you wouldn't be so excited about them, because it would just be like me going to Target and getting a pair of sweatpants. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wouldn't even fucking matter. There's nothing wrong with wanting quality objects. Like, if I'm going to buy a pocketbook, I want to have a nice quality bag. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, the fact that you use it to compare yourself to other people, that's where it's fucking just disgusting. There's nothing wrong with having those things. It's fucking throwing those things in other people's faces and then trying to devalue other people with them. That's when it becomes disgusting, in my opinion. My dad has money, he never brags, and even if I need $1, I refuse to ask him for any, and I'm spoiled, but I will not take a dime. I'd rather eat an apple. I'm the same way, The funniest thing is that mirrored sad attempt at cubism on MGL's wall. Tacky as hell. What is that? What do you mean? Like a thing? Oh, the mirror on her wall, that fucking, her tacky fucking decorations in her house. Yeah. Gross. She's outdated just a bit. That's usually new money or fleeting money that doesn't last. Right. She's right. She's very shallow. You don't use what you have to put others down for not having. So I'm saying, like, I don't value other people by what they have. When I meet a friend, I don't ask them like, hey, what kind of pocketbook do you have? You know, like I don't even fucking care. I wouldn't even look. Cause like those things don't even matter to me. It just doesn't even like it doesn't even matter. What I look for when I meet people and I, make a friend is like, are you cool? Are you down to earth? Like, can we have a normal conversation? That's really what it comes down to. I don't care about your hair. I don't care about what you're wearing. I don't care about your clothes, your car. I don't give a fuck about any of that shit. I don't need to surround myself with people who have nice things to make myself feel better. She does. It's really fucking sad. I swear she had my channel removed and mass flagged me. I really believe it. No sooner did I post a video on her. Boom, 1 hour later it was gone. I wouldn't be surprised. Who's that, Marissa or Laura? Trust me, if Laura could have all those nice things, she'd be doing the same thing too. Because, she already does it. Whatever she does have. Like, her teeth are straight now. So now she's got to comment on everybody else's teeth. Oh, your teeth are fucked up. Your teeth are fucked up. Meanwhile, her teeth looked like a fucking rotten picket fence at a fucking graveyard not too long ago. But, now that her teeth are straight, she thinks she has some like leg up. And I can't even understand that. Dude, I grew up as the girl with the fucking big nose, right? I hated my nose. It was my biggest insecurity when I was growing up. I hated it. Fucking hated it. It really bothered me. So when I was able to and I had the money, I went and I got it fixed. I never fucking put people down you'll never hear that out of me. Like, oh, that person has a big nose, because I know what it's like to feel like that girl, that insecure girl with the big nose. And I would never want to make somebody feel the way that I felt when I felt like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would never do that to somebody. But she like seems to forget where she came from. Like, Laura, your teeth were fucked, bro. Fucked. And she should go fucking be a dentist. That's how worried she is about everybody's fucking teeth. With all her fucking, experience and education, she's always telling everybody, go get your teeth fixed. Go get your teeth fixed. Some of us, Laura, rather spend our money on our fucking kids and, things that are actually like important in the world. Like, straight teeth aren't really gonna fucking help me. They're just not. I think Lamont covered her teeth. Oh, fucking dead. Bury me in the graveyard. Oh, shit. It's like, I don't know, dude. All this shit that, now that she lost weight, she lost a couple of pounds, she's feeling herself, everybody's fat. Everybody's fat. But it's like, dude, how do you feel when you were the fat person? Like, now everybody else is a lard ass, is fat, because you know what, Lauren, everybody doesn't give a fuck about their image. You put so much emphasis on your looks, dude, that like, no, that's, to some people, it's just not fucking important. It's just not. Staten Island weeble wobble. I'm smaller than her with no surgery. Yeah, exercise and willpower. Oh, there's not enough whiskey or Viagra on the planet. That's all I gotta say. I mean, dude, you, Laura, no offense, but you still got some things that you can fix about yourself, boo-boo. Like, how about not wearing bright red lipstick and attracting attention to one of your more prominent features on your face, I shall say. Like, God, just don't do it. It's like, when somebody has a big forehead, they cut bangs to like cover it up. They don't like pull their hair back and show off their big forehead. Don't wear red lipstick. Just saying. Just don't. Don't do it. Don't do it. She's insecure as hell. That's what I'm saying, dude. You know, her first thing is to go after everybody's fucking weight or their teeth or, you know, the obvious thing that she could visually see. That's why she wants to see everybody. That's why she wants everybody to cam up all the time. You know, because if people are criticizing her, right, as a person and criticizing her actions, her only fucking defense mechanism is to come back and criticize their looks because she's not intelligent enough to come for their character and pick out something in their character besides just, you know, the shit that she makes up and lies about. Oh, they're obsessed. They're fucking creepy, dude. They're fucking obsessed. I didn't think it was possible for Laura's mouth to look bigger, but I was wrong. Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's her first thing. Then when people say shit about her, you know, forget it. She fucking has a shit fit. If people are criticizing her fucking hair, her wigs, whatever. Those are choices that you're making, Laura. You know, it's a little different. When you're going after somebody for being fat or heavy or overweight, it's a little different, in my opinion, because, you know, or somebody's teeth. Those are things that people might not be able to help themselves. You know, not everybody could afford dental work. You know what's so funny about this? I just got to put this out here because I heard her, you know, Jenna Moon oh, Jenna Moon, Bucky, go get your teeth fixed, Bucky. Laura, you fucking sat on Alive. I heard this shit with my own fucking ears and talked about how you have a rotting tooth in your mouth that needs a fucking root canal that you can't afford. So you had to call up your fake husband that lives all the way in fucking California to try to beg him to put him on his health insurance so you could get your fucking root canal that you've been needing for a year. And then you have the balls to sit here and tell somebody else to get their fucking teeth fixed? Are you fucking kidding me? When you have a rotting tooth that's in need of a fucking root canal in your mouth, you have the balls to sit there and tell somebody else to get their teeth fixed. I'm like, does she fucking listen to herself? Because to me, I would think it's a little more important to get your fucking, you know, root canal than it is to have straight teeth. Just saying. It's also her subtle way of e-begging for super chats. You know, give me super chats. I need a root canal. God forbid I paid that myself. Get a fucking job. How about that? And get your own fucking dental insurance. Somebody tell me why Laura's still married to some guy in California. Yeah, I'll tell you. She's too cheap to get a divorce. That's really what it comes down to. She somehow convinced this guy to marry her. I don't know. I heard 3 different stories about why they're married from her. Like she forgot that she told me the original story she told me. She forgot and then told me another story. So like I don't even want to comment as to why she's married to him to begin with. But um there was several times, yeah, when we were friends that she would tell me things and then I'd be like, wait a second, that's not what you said. You know? Like I asked her originally, and I'm trying to think, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but I believe the first reason she told me they were married was because the other boyfriend had ruined her name and she wanted to be able to get a job. You know what I'm saying? So like if they would have looked her up, her name was ruined because she had been arrested, you know, and all that. But then she gave me some other story as to why she married the guy. And I just couldn't believe that one either because I'm like, well, which one is the actual story then? You know? What's the truth here? But I'm like, man, you must have some fucking power of persuasion. Like, you persuaded this dude to marry you even though you guys weren't even in a fucking relationship? I'm not really sure why she's married, dude. I can't even answer that. I don't know. I don't even know. Doesn't the guy want her out of his life? I'm sure he does. I'm fucking sure he does. Please, who told her she had perfect pearly whites? They are far from it. I don't know. Her delusional fucking magic mirror that she has. Custody fight is the real story. Match the timeline. What do you mean, Pugs? The kid is about 20K down now on teeth work from that liver shit. Thank God his ex stopped. I'm a married dentist. All he had to pay was the lab to make the stuff. Oh, well, that's nice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know why she's married to the guy. I honestly don't. I just, there's something very scammy about it. Like, the whole thing. I'm sure that's why, but I don't know. I don't even fucking know. It makes no sense. If she's not on his health insurance and shit, like, I can't even make sense of it. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, that would make sense to me if she got married because she was pregnant and needed health insurance, whatever. Then it would make sense. But, like, she's not even on his health insurance, so I don't know. I can't fucking make sense of it. I don't know why they're married. I'm not even talking about her looks. I'm not that superficial. If we vibe, I don't care what you look like. I'll burn you down. But the ugliness on the inside is too prominent. I can't do it. Well, yeah. That's why she's still single. You know what I'm saying? There's an ugly person on the inside. Like, I really try to look at fucking even MGL's husband, and I'm like, what's wrong with this dude that he's married to her, bro? Like, not that he's a prize, you know what I'm saying? Because he's squirrely and weaselly looking himself, but I'm just saying, like, he's, I, I don't know. I can't figure it out. I'm like, how did this dude get sucked into this whole situation? Like, how? How? I don't get it. I just don't get it. And how does he stay in this situation is even more of the mystery. I'm like, how do you fucking stay married in that situation? I mean, it's really none of my business, but, I do have to fucking wonder. Jimmy is not charging for any of the work, only lab materials. It's been less than 2K. Who's Jimmy? Remember when she had a counter on her YouTube page because she was begging for teeth? No, she didn't. Did she really? He plays for the other team. Oh, I think you might be right. I'm just saying, though, she shouldn't fucking be talking about other people's teeth and shit. Like, dude, your teeth weren't perfect, Laura. Stop fucking, stop. Just fucking stop, dude. Comment on people's character all you fucking want, but, like, you're always going after people's fucking looks constantly. And, like, I don't even care, because, like, everybody could be petty at some point in time, like, whatever. It is what it is. But that's all she ever does. She don't, like, just take a jab every now and then. It's like, that's her fucking go-to every time somebody criticizes her, is to just go for their looks. If it's a man, it's their penis size. Go for their weight, go for their looks, whatever the fuck it is that she thinks that she has above them. My kid's ex-stepmom's current husband. Oh, all right. It just shows that she's insecure about her own looks. It's really that simple. You're right. Her teeth were all crooked. She begged for Invisalign, or from all her people had a counter on YouTube as to how much money she collected. Oh shit, get out of here. See, yeah, there was a pretty good point in time that I got so sick of hearing about her that I, like, stopped watching her altogether, and I didn't, I like didn't pay attention to her. So it was probably during that time, because I remember her having the Invisaligns, but, like, that was, like, after she had been wearing them for a while, and she kept, every time she would fucking go live, she'd pull them out of her mouth with, like, the string of spit. Ugh. It's like, dude, just take them out before you go live. When are you gonna, like, understand? Meanwhile, you know what? I'm just gonna shut my mouth. She should worry about. I'll just put it like this: worry about your own fucking household and the teeth in your own household before you start worrying about other people's fucking teeth. She's like, Bucky. Fucking barracuda mouth. Calling somebody else Bucky. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even like a fucking big fan of Jenna Moon or anything. I'm just like, why does it always fucking come down to that for her? Always fucking comes down to people's fucking looks all the time. You know? And their insecurities. She goes right for people's insecurities. Right for the thing that she thinks that people should be insecure about. That's the first fucking thing she goes for. Always. Because again, not intelligent enough to say anything about their character. Because here's the thing, she can't really say anything bad about other people's character, because in order to recognize bad qualities in somebody else's character, you have to be a good person with good morals and principles and values, and she doesn't have that. So for her, you know, it's very hard to say something about somebody's character and the quality of their character, because who the fuck is she to speak? No, hers are not perfect, especially when she needs a fucking root canal. And she sits there talking about this shit on lives. You know, like, I'm not making this shit up. She put it out there. So, you know, go get that fixed and then talk about how other people need to get their teeth fixed. But at the end of the day, why the fuck do you even care about anybody's fucking teeth or their fucking hair or how fat they are? Who gives a shit? Who cares? Like, I know I said things about Wendy's weight when her and I were not friends. I apologize to Wendy, and it really did bother me that I even commented on that, because I grew up with a mom who, you know, was overweight, who battled her weight, and like, I really did think to myself, if somebody, some fucking little bitch on the internet ever fucking said that to my mother, we'd have a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? And it really bothered me that I ever even said that about her. But like, that's not why I disliked Wendy. You know, at the time, I didn't like her, not because like I didn't care about her weight. Her weight had nothing to do with the reason why her and I disliked each other, you know? But it's like, and I wish I never said that, you know? I did apologize to her, but like, other than that, I really try not to do that to people. But then again, I don't sit here fighting with a bunch of people online all the time. So has a bad tendency to think she is all it. She's not at all fuckable. You want to know how stupid she is? She's like, and then Ballet Babe goes and gives this guy the cease and desist. And I'm like, you fucking idiot. You posted that in your own community post, Laura. You don't even remember that you posted a cease and desist in your own community post, right? And they found it. The guy found it. This Adonis guy, he found it. But she's like, doesn't even fucking remember what she does on here. My teeth are fixed and are white. I don't have a wrinkle on my face. Ain't nobody jealous of you, Laura. I didn't need plastic surgery to get in a size 5, that's for sure. People get petty. Dude, I was so happy the other day because I don't know. I go through like these periods where I'm like, oh my God, I need to lose weight. I feel like I'm getting fucking fat. And I put on my jeans because I don't really wear jeans like ever anymore. I used to live in jeans every day. And I just don't. And I put them on and my size 4 fit me. It was like the happiest moment of my life. I was like, holy shit. But they're stretchy. So, I mean, they're, you know. But I was like, holy shit. All right. I'm not getting as fat as I thought I was. Is the Ballet Babe? Yeah, she's still around. Her name's Tropical Gal now. But I'm like, she didn't give anything to it, the guy. You still have it in your community post. He found it. Oh, Lord. But, you know, if this guy talks about her, it's everybody else's fault. It's not her fault. It's everybody else's fault. I went on a diet and worked out. That's what I need to do, though. I'm like, dude, seriously, man, just take some responsibility. That's all. All you had to do was just say, you know what? I was wrong about this girl. She deserves people talking about her or whatever. Or just say you were wrong about her. Fuck, you know? Say, you know what? I was wrong about the whole situation. I don't feel she's being bullied, whatever it is. But I mean, if that's not what you truly believe, don't say it. But like, you just add insult to injury constantly. Constantly. You like fucking cut your nose off to spite your face. Constantly. It's like your favorite hobby, favorite pastime. Stretchies do still count. I don't know. I just find jeans uncomfortable like lately. I just find I don't you know what it is? I just think I never really liked the way I look in like skinny jeans. I don't know. Well, you know what? I tried on wide leg jeans and I was like, oh hell no. Like I look like a whole ass mom in those. You know what I'm saying? I am a mom, you know. I mean, I'm not trying to look like I'm like 10 years younger than I am, but or 20 years younger, but like I look like a whole ass mom with wide leg jeans on. Like I look like a fucking mom and I really don't want to look like one. Like I don't want to look like I'm trying to look like a mom. Some fucking mom jeans and shit. I don't know. I just kind of gave up on jeans. I hate skinny jeans. My feet look too big. Boot cut is my thing. Yeah, see, boot cut jeans never looked good on me ever, even when I was like a fucking size 1. So I have big feet. I feel like boot cut jeans make your feet look big. You gotta balance. You know, I always balance things out. Like if I'm wearing tight pants, then I try to wear like a looser shirt. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. I don't like wearing tight pants and then a tight shirt. I try to like balance my proportions out. So if I'm wearing like tight pants, I'll wear like a looser fitting shirt to like balance it out. If I'm wearing looser pants, then I'll wear a tighter shirt to balance it out. It's pretty simple formula, right? Wide leg jeans don't work on me. I have short legs. Skinny jeans make my legs look longer. Well, that's the thing too, Pugs. I feel like they make my legs look like huge. I don't mind like I feel like a bell bottom fits me better if I'm gonna go that route. You know, something that flares out at the bottom so it actually looks like I have a shape. That's what I'm saying. Like I'm talking about like wide leg jeans that are wide from like the thigh down. Like they make me look like I'm a mom. Like they're mom jeans on me. You know what I'm saying? And they just make me look completely shapeless. Like I'm a fucking just square blob. And I don't like that look. I really don't. I don't wear tight shirts. I wear fitted shirts when you know when it calls for it. Um I mean, this summer, you know, I'll wear like a tank top, whatever. I've been looking for a nice linen white shirt. I love that look of like shorts with like a nice fitted, like loose white button up shirt. There's this girl I watch on here that she like has like a style thing and she goes to H&M and she buys all these clothes and she tries them on, right? And then she tells you which ones they are. So I realize I'm like, I gotta stop watching these girls because like they're like in their fucking 20s and everything looks good on them. Like they just have like those bodies that like everything looks good on. I go to H&M and I pick out a couple of the pairs of pants that she's wearing because I'm like, I'm sick of being in sweatpants every day. Like I feel like a fucking trash bag, you know? So I try to go pick out some of the pants and they just, no. Mm-mm. They didn't look right on me. I don't wear tight shirts now until last year. I would this year with the first year in about 8 years. I'm shopping for a bathing suit. I went to Marshall the other day. I saw a nice linen shirt, but it was like too long. I need a shorter one. I don't know. I feel like I'm getting to that age where I'm just getting like self-conscious of like my fucking arms and shit. when I probably shouldn't be. I mean, they're not terrible. I'm like, God damn it, getting old sucks, you know? Like, it really does. It almost feels like you're so old, like you don't want to look attractive anymore. It's like, what could I do to make myself completely unattractive to people? Like, I just want to hide. I just want to hide. Oh, it sucks. I like slimmer and fitted tight shirts. I'm addicted to leggings. I wear leggings a lot too, in the summer especially. Like right now, I mean, when it's cold, I'm not a big fan because it's freezing to wear leggings. But you know, I wear a lot of activewear. You know, that's my uniform for the most part. A lot of sweatpants, a lot of fucking not like not ratty looking ones. You know, I try to look put together still, but I just I mean I don't go anywhere. I don't go anywhere that warrants me getting dressed up, really. But then when I do have to get dressed up, I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna wear? I noticed since I've gotten older, I don't do the same things I used to like. Yeah, you change a little bit. So much easier for men. You know what I'm saying? Like men can just fucking wear the same thing for like through their 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s, basically, and just get away with it. Like sometimes I just wish I was a man. It's so much easier to get dressed if you're a man. I feel like for us, it's like so fucking. It's like such a project to find clothes. I hate it. I'm not even into buying clothes anymore. I'm just like, whatever, dude. I never thought I would reach this point in my life. But the other day, I went into Marshall's. I picked up a whole bunch of shit. And I was like, why am I even buying this shit? I already have it. I already own all this shit. Why am I buying it? Even though it's like a little different, it's the same shit that I already have. I can't wear linen pants. You know why? I'm going to tell you why. Because I can't deal with any fucking wrinkles in my clothing. And linen pants, like if you wear them and then you sit down or you bend your knees for a long period of time, when you get up, it's going to leave wrinkles in the back of your knees and then on like the part where your leg bends where you're sitting. And I would not be able to walk around all day knowing that there's wrinkles in my pants. Like I would have to carry a steamer or something with me. Like I had linen pants once and that was what happened. And I will never wear them again because of that. Unless they have come out with some type of like wrinkle resistant linen, I can't do it. I just can't because I cannot fucking take having wrinkly clothes. It drives me nuts. No, nude leggings. No, no. They should be illegal. I was like looking at bathing suits this year too, and then I was like, why? Why? I don't have a pool and I don't go to the beach. What do I need a bathing suit for? I would go anywhere that would warrant me wearing one. Well, sometimes I wear it out in my backyard. So I'm like doing like fucking, some gardening and shit and it's hot out. I'll wear a bathing suit so I could get a little tan. Because I've never been one of those people that could just lay out. My friends used to be like, I'm going to go lay out. And I'm like, what? How do you just lay there? Like, what is that? You just lay there and let the sun bake you? Like, I can't do that. I have to be doing something. I can't just lay there and like bake in the sun. Like, there's just no way. That would never happen. I have to be moving. My husband still dresses the same he did when he was 17 years ago. See? They could wear the same shit through their whole life. Like the styles don't really change that much for men. It's like either a t-shirt or a shirt with a collar on it. But like for us, there's so many different cuts and shapes and you got fucking cow necks and boat necks and fucking V-necks and all sorts of shit. Halter tops, tube tops, which I'd never fucking wear. Tube tops should be just fucking never. The tube tops, I hate fucking tube tops. Those, and no offense if you like this, no offense if you're into this, but anything that's one-shouldered needs to fucking just go. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm not into like the one shoulder. Well, all right, if it's like a tank top or a dress, maybe, but like remember back like I don't know years ago, like they'd make shirts with one sleeve. Like fucking no. How about no? You know what? I don't like one shouldered shit. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't like it. But halter tops have to be the absolute. I mean, not halter tops. Tube tops are the worst, dude. They're just the fucking worst. I really don't know many people that they actually look good on. Like, you have to be having a perfect ass body and no fat under your arms for that shit to look good on you. I really don't know many people who look good in tube tops. If it has like a cut in it, like a sweetheart, line or something maybe, but like those straight across tube tops just like really don't look good on many people. And I don't know why they're fucking coming back in style, and I don't know why, because they really don't look flattering on many people. Beef rigs, I know when I was like super skinny, they were like really in, and that's exactly what I looked like when I wore them, like a boy. Yeah, no, they're like coming back in tube tops. I'm like, why? One shoulder and shoulder cutoffs need to fuck off. Okay, so I'm not alone in this. My brother's fucking wife loves those one shoulder dresses and shit, and I'm just like, ugh, like they look stupid. I don't know. They just don't look good. Not in all cases, but most cases, I'll say. They just don't look good. I haven't seen tube tops since the 70s. Aw, that is cute, Amy. My boobs would not stay in tube tops. They definitely aren't for us larger chested ladies unless you have ones that don't move. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I wore them back in the day, but now, hell no. I don't know. I always look at people when they're wearing them and I'm just like, nah, no, don't look that good on you, girl. Mm-mm. Don't look that good on you. And they're fucking uncomfortable too. They're so uncomfortable. It feels like they're like cutting off your circulation. Like you can't breathe. I don't know. I'm just not into them. One shoulder is a no. I like cold shoulder tops. I just threw all mine out, figure skating coach. I should have sent them to you. I had a couple that I was just like, I went through like my winter clothes and I was just like, no, you got to go. Bye. See you later. I also hate those shirts that have like a cutout near the boobs, but like they still have like a collar. I don't know. I just something about them just not in all cases. There's some cases, and I've had them before. But now when I look at them, sometimes I'm just like, ooh, no, no. The leather ones look nice. What do you mean? I'm talking like the real tube tops. Like I don't mind like a corset top that has no straps. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like legit tube tops that like have the elastic at the top and like squeeze your body. My brother's ex used to do this all the time. She used to wear like she was small chested like myself, and she would wear camisoles all the time. It's another fucking thing. I hate camisoles. I fucking hate them. I hate the shape of them. No offense if you like them. I just hate the way they look on me. But she used to wear them as like shirts with like a strapless bra underneath. And I mean, I'll give her credit because I hate when people wear bras with camisoles and you can see their bra straps. Like I always hide or try to hide my bra straps. And if I can't wear a bra, like then I'm not wearing the shirt. Like or dress or whatever the fuck it is. But I also like I can't stand you'll never catch me in spaghetti tops or anything like that. Because if I can't not wear a bra, like then and if my bra straps are showing, I'm also not going to be wearing it because I hate showing bra straps. But she used to wear like the fucking strapless bra and like you could see it. You could see the lines always. And I'm like, oh, girl. I hate strapless bras. They just don't look right on you ever. Somebody needs to invent one that like doesn't show those lines in the middle of your boob where they cut your boob off straight across. Because unless it's like hidden under like thicker, like a dress that has like lining and you can't see that line, they're fine. But when you're wearing them under a tank top, they just don't work. All right. Ooh, I didn't realize what time it was. I gotta cut you guys off because I gotta get my son off the bus. But it was a lovely time talking to all you guys today about the crazy people here. Fuck clear bra straps too. Those need to go to hell too. All right, I gotta go. I gotta get my son off the bus, but I'll be talking to you guys someday, sometime in the near future. All right, I'm out.